Hello, my name is Kevin Riggs. I'm with Rocky Mountain National Park. I'm part of the fire program here. I run a small group of firefighters. We call ourselves Module 3-2, and we're a suppression module that has a Type 6 fire engine. We are responsible for initial attack, which is any new fires inside the park, as well as the big ones as well. Currently we are on the Deer Mountain Fuels project site. We refer to these as hazardous fuels reduction projects. When we are not fighting fires, we are working on preventing the next one from becoming large and hard to suppress. So we're out here cutting a lot of material, dead trees, as well as some of the living trees, to thin out the area so when a fire does occur that it will be less intense, safer for the firefighters, and less likely to leave the park into the neighboring community of Estes Park. So when we complete these piles, later, possibly the next winter or 2 winters afterwards when they have time to dry out, we will burn them when there is a lot of snow on the ground, and it eliminates all the hazardous fuels or the heavy fuel loading that we see in our forests. So when fires become large and hard to maintain and control, it is largely due to the heavy fuel loading, and that's what we're trying to do, is reduce the amount of fuels out here. So when there's lots of heavy fuels, the logs in the area, the fires will burn more intense and last a lot longer, and a higher potential to kill the trees and have the fires move fast through through the canopies of the timber. So this is a diverse stand we have here with a lot of different species. We have aspen, the quaking aspen, Populus tremuloides. We have Douglas fir right here, Pseudotsuga menziesii, as well as lodgepole and ponderosa pine and limber pine. We'll see represented all throughout us. Some are maybe more difficult cause issues when fighting fires than the others, but we're not really doing a whole lot of preferential of one species over the others, with a few exceptions of the aspen and limber pine. And they could all cause issues with fighting fires, especially the pine trees, which can torch and cause running crown fires. And that's one of the main things we're doing out here, is increasing the spacing between the trees. So if they are to catch on fire, it won't burn the next tree over.
Could you maybe explain a little bit, like, what do you mean by crown fire?
Yeah, so there's multiple types of crown fire, but the main one we're concerned about is a running crown fire, where the fire leaves the forest floor and on the ground and climbs up into the trees. And then with some wind or possibly slope, it can just move through the canopies of the trees, unlike a ground fire where it's just burning underneath the trees. Those are very difficult to control and are very hazardous to the firefighters attempting to control it. And also it'll move a lot faster and be a threat to the communities nearby. Well, you know, these trees evolved with fire, and you can see a lot of these tree species have, evolved with different methods of living with fire. Some of them have actually evolved in order to die by fire. It's part of the life cycle. So it is a natural phenomenon. But we're just trying to bring it back a little bit closer to the natural state, where the fires are a little more frequent and less intense. So that's why I care about it. Well, for firefighters, I wouldn't consider us all scientists, but a lot of us, we do consider ourselves students of fire. And I learned about this when I was going to college here in Colorado, and was studying natural resource management and took some courses that, fire is a part of natural resource management. And I was fascinated, as well as other students in the program were doing it as a summer job. And it sounded like a lot of fun, and I did it for a few summers, and here I am 20 some years later. And it's officially a career, I believe, at this point.